Dudley Dawson joins us now from Hawgs Illustrated and WholeHogSports.com. Hey, Dudley, what's going on?
Not much. I figure y'all are calling me to talk about the new preferred walk-on deep snapper, right?
Yes. How did you know?
From what I heard in the Barking Seals, 5-star. 5-star long snapper.
That's what I like about you, Dudley. You're always prepared. Because that's exactly what we wanted to talk about. No.
Well, I know you got to make special teams special again. So, and we know that's been a problem. But the deep snapping actually has been a strong point here. That's not been the issue.
No, it's been everything after
blocking
the
has been
snap
the issue.
that's been an issue for special teams. So obviously, I'm sure you've been asked a bunch, and we're going to ask you again about Jordan Walsh and his possible commitment coming up here within the next hour or so to Arkansas. And just what do you know? What can you tell us?
Well, he's going to announce his decision at 5 p.m. on an ESPN link. That went pretty well for Arkansas last time when Nick Smith Jr. Went and committed to Arkansas. I've gotten a lot of indications that this is going to be favorable for Arkansas, but also some that gives me caution. So I'm not going to go out there and say he's definitely committing to Arkansas. In recruiting, kids can change their mind at any time now, and with the new NIL, that adds factors in. But I will say this, that his head coach took my call today. Jordan took my call last night. Usually if those things happen, that's a pretty good sign, but we will see you here at 5 o'clock.
So for those of us that haven't spent a lot of time like you have watching his game, watching him develop over the past couple of years, who does he remind you of? What's the strength in his game? What does he need to work on?
Think about a mixture, and this will be a couple for the older people. He is William Mills-like in the amount of athleticism he has. How he can get off the floor. He's a small forward. Will be a small forward if and when he makes it to the NBA, which a lot of people think he will. He's a willing defensive player, which is not something you see a lot. And he's now over at Link Academy there in Branson, Missouri, after playing in Texas, Soto, Texas, the last few years. Was going to go to a California basketball academy in California, obviously, but decided to end up at Branson Prep, or over at the Prep in Branson. And he seems, in talking to him, that's been a really good fit for him. There are, I think, 7 or 8 5-star basketball recruits over there. He's one of them. He is ranked as highly as number 7 by ESPN. And then he comes in at 25 and 27 on Rivals and 247 Sports. So he's a consensus 5-star. And, if they are able to get him here in a minute, it's been a long time, probably before I was born, since Arkansas would have landed 2 5-stars in one class. And not only that, but it would be 5 top 100 kids.
Wow. Yeah, because this has only been the star era has only been going on since like the 90s at some point. So Zach brought up Day, Mayberry, and Miller. Were they all in the same class?
Yes.
Okay.
They weren't.
But, Oliver was not that highly ranked. Both Todd and Lee were, but not consensus 5-stars. Todd was higher rated, but Lee obviously had a great career. And then Oliver was just a great find by Coach Richardson and somebody who was perfect for his system, even if he didn't look like he was perfect for it.
Yeah, he was not exactly built to get up and down the floor like Nolan wanted to.
But it worked out, though.
He had the dad bod before it was cool.
That's a good point. Somebody splice that because we'll need that sound later on.
Right.
Hey, what's your favorite part of these announcements? I think it's the mulling over the hat. The billion selfies with the teammates. What's your favorite part? You've been doing this for a while.
Well, I remember back in the day when I used to drive down to Mississippi and places, and Thaddeus Young over in Memphis, Gerald Honeycutt in Mississippi. Go way back. Those were my favorite part. Driving all the way and being told those people were going to commit to Arkansas, and they're getting there and then not doing it. So that was always my favorite part.
That's always good.
Yeah. But as for just the specifics of what they do these days, I mean, Twitter, kind of rules things. So, it really takes us out of the mix a little bit at times. We used to break stories and stuff like that. Now, even if I knew where the kid was going 100%, I would let him break it because I just think that's the way to do things in this era, and it helps you out down the line. And I will say that kids are usually really good, and their coaches are really good about giving you quotes ahead of time. If you were going to commit to Arkansas, why would it be? And so you have stories ready to go and stuff like that. So, it's a new era. I've been around here a long time. I've had to run kids out of my yard, many times. And you're becoming that guy. So
are you, Dudley, are you sending your stories to Bruce Allen for approval before they go out?
No.
Okay.
No, I can honestly say that I have never done that and never will. Now, I will call somebody and ask specifics to make sure I'm right about something, but journalism is not a thing where you let somebody write your story. I mean, if I'm going to screw up, I'm going to screw up on my own.
You mentioned, getting quotes from kids and talking to kids. I had an incident down in Mississippi earlier. I guess it would have been late last week, early this week. And you know more about the details. I don't want to drag somebody through the mud, but you guys talk to, people who do what you do. You talk to these guys. And percentage-wise, how much are you allowed to say? How much is just told to you in confidence? Explain how that relationship works. Like, maybe not Jordan Walsh specifically, but you've talked to him. You kind of you get to know him a little bit. But what happened down in Mississippi was this guy just made this all up.
Yeah, Yancey Porter is a recruiting writer for Ole Miss. He's been there for maybe 20 years or so. Made a brutal mistake this week. He actually called me 2 weeks ago to be on a show, and I guess a week ago to be on the show when Arkansas was visiting Ole Miss. But what he did was basically got some information from somebody else. And then in a tweet or in a report, he wrote that he spoke with the recruit. You just can't do that. I mean, you lose lots of credibility when you do that. That's why I tape everything. If anybody ever says I didn't quote him right, well, we'll just fire it up, and that's what it'll come out. But yeah, that is something you can't do. It looks bad, for the guys who, Richard and I and others here who try to do it the right way. And obviously we talk to him a lot. You got to keep up with social media. I'm not really that big a social media guy per se, but, I have to learn how to get into Instagram. Was the MySpace back in the day, but it is a whole new world out there. But if you're going to have credibility and you're going to want people to believe in what you say, you cannot make a mistake like he did the other day.
Dudley Dawson.
Now the kid calling him out was kind of interesting too. But you just got to do it the way you're supposed to do it in any other profession.
Dudley Dawson's with us here on Ruskin and Zach. So this goes down, and even if it doesn't go down, just the talent accumulated on the roster by Eric Musselman. How has he been able to bridge the gap that so many coaches in any sport at this school just haven't been able to do this? How's he been able to do it when so many before him have tried and not succeeded?
Well, it's been real interesting because he really had nothing to sell other than having coached in the NBA when he first got here. But he will tell you, and a lot of the recruits will tell you, the fact that Mason Jones improved so much during his 1 year and that him and Isaiah Joe both got drafted and were playing in the NBA were good things. And then the run to the Elite Eight was something that just put them over the top. If they are able to land Walsh at 5 o'clock, 2 5-stars, as I said, 5 top 100 kids. He's been on the road getting top 100 kids, and obviously that doesn't even play into the portal system. They don't even rank those in terms of your deal. But it's mostly been about, I think, the analytics and how he tells them exactly how, if they come in here, here's how they're going to play. We've gotten guys to the NBA. Here's how we can get you to the NBA. And he also, him and his staff are very clear to these guys. Yeah, you're a stud, but, not every stud makes it to the NBA. Here's what you have to do if you want to your game to get to the NBA and to be a star. And, that just translates real well to the kid.
Last question on basketball, then we'll get to football. I mean, it's great. Jordan Walsh, Nick Smith, they're next year. They've started practice now, and the team as comprised, is this as we stand here on October the 14th, they just announced 2 exhibition games. It's got to be a tournament team, Sweet 16 team, Final 8 team. I mean, just what's your gut feeling today?
I think that everybody over there, the staff, the players, and the fans would be disappointed if you don't at least get back to the Sweet 16. That's kind of the barometer I see. The kids that they have coming back, the kids that they brought in, the rankings, whether they're right or not, we'll end up seeing as everybody plays and stuff. But you've now set up a level of excellence, and you've got to live up and feed the monster. If you're doing it in recruiting, obviously they lost a guy who's playing in the NBA, but I'm not sure they're going to take a step back too far. It's just going to be matchups once they get into the NBA tournament.
Dudley Dawson's here with us on Ruskin and Zach. All right, football this weekend, Arkansas and Auburn. How do you see this playing out?
Well, I've got Arkansas winning by a field goal in our prediction in the Hawgs Illustrated magazine, and that is kind of a home field thing to me. I also am not so totally on Bo Nix. I know he does a lot of good things at times, but I've also watched him struggle at times, and I do believe this is not breaking any scripts. I do believe that Arkansas's defense will make some adjustments, will do some things better than what they did against Ole Miss. And obviously, there's a lot of room for improvement after last week. But, I think Ole Miss is a better team than Auburn. Auburn's obviously a better team than LSU because they wouldn't beat LSU. And I was impressed with what Auburn did at Penn State. But I just think Arkansas being back at home and having that advantage, I think is going to get them over the top.
Who's the best receiver in the SEC? Wan'Dale Robinson, Traylon Burks?
I would say that the best pro prospect is...
That's not what I asked. It's not what I asked.
Yeah, is Traylon Burks.
Yes, I agree with
you.
you.
The other young man is the best receiver in the SEC right now, number-wise, and what he's got done.
He's just... I don't know how much you've watched him, but that leads me to another question. You think Kentucky, 23-point underdog this weekend going into Athens, do you think they have any chance to go in there and upset them?
I don't think they have a chance to upset, but I think they certainly have a chance to cover. I think they're better than everybody thought about it the first of the year, and he's doing a great coaching job up there. And they did really good in the portal and kind of redirecting their program. I give them a lot of credit. Obviously, beat Florida up there. Deserve to be where they're at in the polls right now. But we will see this weekend. I give them a chance to cover, but I don't give them a chance to outright win. If they do, well, then all of us that sit around and said, there is Alabama and Georgia and everybody else will have to, bury our head in the sand.
Boy, that was not that long ago either, where everybody
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Alabama,
Georgia,
Alabama,
Alabama,
the rest
everybody
of the country.
else.
Yeah. Whoops.
Who's your Cardinals are managerless?
Oh, yeah.
But you're a Braves fan right now. So who are the Cardinals going to have?
Now let's make clear I am a Patriot Dawson fan, and
right.
She is a Braves fan, so I root for her team to do well. As for the Cardinals, kind of shocked at that because it sounded like they were going to give him an extension during the middle of the season. He was making a lot of decisions, and I was ready, on board to let him go and bring in somebody new, but kind of shocking today. I would guess that whoever they bring in will answer to got him a win.
Wow.
Okay.
Well,
there you go.
All right. And
might as well make him player coach,
But that never worked.
Like Reg Dunlop in Slapshot.
That worked well.
And they won the Federal League.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm either being sarcastic or farcical.
Okay.
How are your Cowboys going to hang up this weekend? They're going to lose their second game?
They play the Patriots.
Ooh.
That's certainly a possibility because
no, it's not.
The Patriots have a great coach, and Mac Jones is an accurate quarterback, but I just don't believe they can outscore us.
Where's that game being played? I haven't looked.
It's at Foxborough.
It's at Foxborough.
Cowboys are favored.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it.
We're back and better than ever. All eyes are on the gridiron as teams are back for another football season. As always, BetOnline is your #1 spot for all the pro and college football action this season. With the new updated site and interface, even more odds, props, and contests, BetOnline continues to be the #1 source for everything football. Head to your website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Don't forget to use our promo code BELIEVE to receive your bonus. That's BLEAV. From football, basketball, boxing, right to your favorite Vegas casino games. Don't wait to take advantage of these amazing offers for the 2021 season. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports. BetOnline, where the game starts.